All right. Hello, beauties. It's so wonderful to be here with you today. It's Hormone Breakthrough Wednesday, but it's special today. It's a little bit different. Today is all about learn about Robin's Hormone Reset, which is coming right up starting May 1st. And then I would like to answer some of your questions because that can really help you with a better understanding of next steps for you. So it's wonderful to be here with you. Please say hello, where you're joining in from. Just so lovely to be here. We usually arrive with some music, we get grounded, but we're just going to start right in today. I know your time is so valuable. And I want to give a shout out to the ladies who are on Zoom with me, Deanna and Jean and Kathleen and Laura and Tambry and Wendy. Starting to get to know some of your names. So great to be here with you. Yes, so good. And let's see if I can see some of the ladies with us on Facebook. See, Lizette's with us. I'm not sure if there's anyone else yet. Oh my goodness, so good. All right, so we've got Victoria, British Columbia represented. We've got Connecticut. We've got Laguna Beach. I bet it's really nice there today. Upstate New York. So good. All right, we have lots of great questions. And then I'm going to share in just a moment about Robin's Hormone Reset. So we've been doing the reset actually since 2020, May 2020. It was something that came out of our sheltering in place. And I thought, wow, how can I serve at a much higher level? How can I reach every single woman to help her really boost her immune system and learn how to take care of herself? And Robin's Hormone Reset was born out of that. So I'm sure you've heard the saying, out of adversity comes magic, something like that. Yeah, there's a saying that goes something like that. It's not that, but something like that. And that's what happened for us, is that we figured out how to reach every single woman and help her how to better take care of herself because there's something called epigenetics. Give me a thumbs up if you've heard of epigenetics. All right. I want to say hi to Brenda. So great you're here. So epigenetics is really the field of study in how external factors affect our bodies. So things like lifestyle, nutrients, food, how those things impact our genetics. So we part of our DNA are these things called genes. I'm sure you've heard of them. And genes are turned on or turned off based on what we tell them. So based on how we live our life, what we eat, what kind of nutrients we take in, our genes are either turned on or turned off. So it's a field called epigenetics. Let me just share a little bit about that because I think it's a great place to start. Hi, Chelsea. Great to see you here. Chelsea Marie and Inca. Great to see you here. So good. All right. So let me just go up to a little bit more about epigenetics because I think it's going to totally change the way that you look at your health. In the reset, one of the things that we do is we learn how to look at our bodies, look at our brain, look at our whole selves from the objective scientist perspective. So we're no longer taking on the blame, the shame, the guilt around what's going on in our bodies. Does that make sense? So I know for me, I felt so shameful around how I looked, around my weight, around my skin. I had acne on my face, my chest, my back. I just felt so embarrassed. I felt so much shame, right? Those are really low energy places, very low. So you're not living a good life if you're feeling those feelings, right? And really, in reality, I didn't need to take on any of those feelings because they didn't help me heal. They only took me down farther. And really, I wish that someone had told me, just be the objective scientist. Your body is a chemistry lab. And if your test results aren't coming out how you want them to be, or if your if your body is showing signs and symptoms that you don't like, right, then you're not taking the best care of yourself. And, I know for many of us, many of us say, well, I know how to eat, I know how to exercise, I know how to do all these things. Why is my body still out of balance? And the fact of the matter is, you might just need some slight tweaks based on your genetics, right? You just might need some slight tweaks because our genetics really, our DNA comes from a long line of people whose physiology changed based on their ability to survive. So this is a really cool thing, and I want you to hear this, and so maybe somebody can type it out so that we stick with this. There are no bad genes, right? There are no bad genes. You wouldn't be here, right, if you had genes that didn't help you survive. You wouldn't be here. The problem is we're not all wired. We don't all have genes for the same thing. So we have to learn how to take care of our special genes, right? We have to learn to take care of ourselves so our DNA expresses itself in the best way possible. And that also takes us out of the victim mindset. It's like, no, I can't do that because it doesn't serve my genes. My predecessors, right, had to survive in this way, and that's how I need to take myself forward. Isn't that really cool? It's so cool. So we're the objective scientists. We're looking at ourselves right now. We may be struggling with a whole bunch of health issues, and we're like, okay, what is it I need to do? What is it I need to shift so that my body expresses itself in a better way, right? So that I can start to heal instead of struggle. So I'd like you to list your top 3 things that you're struggling with right now. What are your top 3 things that you're struggling with right now? Just post them right here. So either in the chat, if you're with me here on Zoom, or in the comments on Facebook. Yeah, just post them right now. We had some more ladies join us, I think, on here. Hi, Anja. Hi, Brooklyn. Great to see you. Hi, Jean. Hi, Joelle. Yeah. So the top 3 things you're struggling with. Let's see here. I don't know why I'm not seeing. Okay. Oh, a cold. So that's temporary, right? But allergies. Yeah. And this is a big time for allergies, a big time of the year for allergies. And allergies tell us that there's too much going on in our bodies and we need a little bit of extra support, right? When we experience allergies. Allergies are a really big deal in my family. So we've dealt with them a lot ever since I was little, a lot of years. So yeah, allergies, and especially here in California with all the rain that we've had, it's going to be crazy allergies. Laura, weight gain, hormones, fluctuations, little patience, right? So hormone fluctuations don't really mean a whole lot. What symptoms are you experiencing as a result of what you were thinking or hormone fluctuations? So yeah, patience. Okay, patience. That's a good one. Yeah. Okay, just diagnosed with suspected PCOS. So I'm trying to figure out the balance between hormones, food, and exercise. So good. Yeah, PCOS is just a group of symptoms, right? It doesn't really mean a whole lot. PCOS kind of means that you're having androgen-driven symptoms, is what it means. So, things like infertility. So irregular menstrual cycles are really big. Hirsutism, that dark, coarse hair growth. What else? Acne. So I could have easily been diagnosed with PCOS, right? Because acne is a big one. Not teenage acne, but acne that persists, right? I had acne for 30 years. So yeah, that can definitely be a PCOS sign and symptom, right? So kind of androgens gone haywire is kind of PCOS. But that's the good news is you can totally fix it, right? And you are not your diagnosis. So I think that's really important because so many women who are diagnosed with PCOS were told they would never be able to start a family. How heartbreaking is that? And it's misinformation. It's misinformation. We had a woman in our community who for 11 years believed that she would never be able to start a family because the doctor told her that. And at some point, they kept trying anyway. And 11 years later, they conceived and had a beautiful baby. So all you have to do is know how to take care of yourself in the right way, and you've got it. And that's what Robin's Hormone Reset is all about. It's a foundational program for every single woman who wants to learn how to take care of herself in the best way possible. So it's a program that teaches you how to live your life to balance your hormones. So we learn about things like what food to eat. And then around food are all of these different practices that you'll learn around hormone balance. So food is not just food, which is a really cool thing. When you eat, what you eat, how you eat, all matter for hormone balance. And, if you experience anything like I did, I was afraid of food because I could gain 5 pounds in a day for no good reason. So I didn't eat breakfast, right? So I did all these things that really wrecked my genes. They just turned on genes that shouldn't be turned on, turned off genes that should have been turned on. And I was a mess, right? Irritable, grumpy, moody, depressed, terrible blood sugar issues, you name it. It was a problem for me. So we learned all about all of those things in the reset that have a huge impact on your genes, on helping your genes express themselves in the best way possible. So that's why it's such a great program, such a foundationally great program for every single woman who is tired of dieting and tired of looking outside of herself for solutions. Because the really good news is we have all the power to heal ourselves. Isn't that great? We have all the power to heal ourselves. The solution to any chronic health condition is not out there. Can you take that in for a minute? That's a really big statement, right? It's not out there. We've been looking out there. We've been asking others to heal us, but we keep failing. We need to look here, right? We have all the tools we need, or we have all the resources we need to heal ourselves. And I can show you exactly how to do it in Robin's Hormone Reset. And I know many of you listening have done Robin's Hormone Reset. So if you've done it, I'd love for you just to share just a couple of your wins from the reset. Just a couple of your wins. Don't give away what we learn in the reset, because that might be a little bit too confusing, but just give away a couple of your wins. I think that's so fantastic. And I'm going to share some of the wins with you in just a little bit. So each day, the reset is actually 7 days. So it's Monday through Friday, May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And then we get a break on the weekend to catch up or tune in with me. I do Q&A on the weekend, and it's Magic Wand weekend, by the way, ladies. I have my magic wand right here, and you'll want to get one for you, because we use the magic wand to actually get whatever it is we want. We can have all of our heart's desires. We just have to ask for it. And that's something that we learn in the reset. So good. And if you look up magic wand on the internet or on Amazon, there are 2 different kinds of magic wands that are going to come up, which I was a little bit naive about. So you can get one of each because they're both fun. This is the type of magic wand that is going to help you with your heart's desires, although maybe they both will. I don't know. So we're going to have a lot of fun. The reset is so much fun. It's absolutely a love fest. It's affordable for every single woman, and every single woman in this beautiful sisterhood needs to be there. Every single woman, even if you've done the reset before. We have many ladies who join us who have done it before because it's so much fun, and it's a great refresher. It's a great refresher. Okay, so let's see. So Jolie says, she has autoimmune conditions, POTS, Ehlers, and now wondering how hormones like, yeah. So here's the thing. It doesn't really matter what you're coming into the reset with, what your challenges are. It'll help everything. So there isn't a specific disease-focused perspective in the reset, which is totally refreshing, because what you're going to learn in the reset is when we focus on 2 hormones, we focus on 2 specific hormones, our body starts to get more into balance, and then everything starts to heal. It doesn't, miracles happen. It doesn't matter what you're coming into the reset with, your body will just start to be able to heal itself. It's amazing. It's just amazing. So cool. So sending you lots of love, Jolie. So much love. Okay. Oh, great. Yeah. Well, we'll post the link here for you, Jolie. And also, if you have trouble finding anything, you can just email my team at resetsupport@naturalhormonesolution.com, and I'll give you that right now. But I'm going to answer a lot of questions today. So here's the email, because I just want to make sure. So just copy this. Hopefully I'll get it right here. And Lizette, Chelsea, can you post it in our group? So if you need any support, just email us and we'll get you taken care of. So there's the email for you. Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, you're so welcome. So Amy, okay, so great. So Amy says, I have no idea where to start or what to do. There's so much information out there that sometimes it really gets confusing. It totally does. And I'm so glad that you posted that, because what you'll learn is that pretty much every single woman who says yes to the reset and registers feels like that this is her last chance, her last hope, right? And I haven't heard from one woman who's been disappointed. So I think you're going to find that as long as you show up, you have to show up and you have to take action. If you don't show up, then it's all on you, right? But if you show up and you take action on something you've learned, it's going to be life-changing for you. It's so amazing. So Amy, we definitely hope to support you, love. We hope to support you. Yeah, so good. Okay, and Inka says inflammation, weight, energy. Yes, so good. Okay, thank you so much for sharing, ladies. All right, so every day of the reset, we go about 90 minutes, and we start at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And if that's not a good time for you, then you can watch the replay later in the day. We really encourage you to watch the replay later the same day so that you don't get behind, because it goes quickly, right? It's just 7 days. So it's Monday through Friday for 90 minutes, 12 to about 1:30 Pacific time. So 3 p.m. to 4:30 Eastern time. And then Monday, the same thing, about 90 minutes. And then Tuesday is a very special finale. It's our Heal Your Hormones live stream party. It's really fun. We go for 3 hours on that day, at least 3 hours. So block it out. And that's May 9th. So make sure that you block out May 9th, the whole day, so that you can be present for you. So when you put these days and times in your calendar, this is for you. This is for you. The reason that you don't feel well is because you haven't taken time for you, right? Your test results aren't where you want them to be, or your symptoms are, not good, right? Your body's giving you signs and symptoms that it's not well. Then you need to make time for you. And you need to make time for you, not just for those 9 days, but going forward as well. If we want to feel well, we have to fit ourselves in. Does that make sense? Yeah. We have to fit ourselves in our busy schedules if we want to feel well. Yes. All right. So I want to go back to talking about epigenetics for just a moment. So when your genes have gone rogue, basically, you can experience things like exhaustion, fatigue, heat intolerance, all the different mood states, depression, anxiety, irritability, skin issues of all kinds, chronic pain, brain fog, estrogen dominance, and all the symptoms that come with that, headaches, recurrent miscarriage. I mean, you name it, it's happening if your genes are not supported in the right way. And then, if it goes on for too long, then we get the biggies, right? Diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, cancer, obesity, Alzheimer's, stroke, all the things that we're trying to avoid. But believe me, it happens faster than you think if you don't pay attention to what your body's telling you. So epigenetics is just the study of how your behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way your genes work. So here's the really cool thing. It's how you live your life turns your genes on or off, impacting your health in a big way. So the biggest thing that has affected your health until now is what you learned from those who raised you. Isn't that something? That has the biggest impact on your health, what you learned from those who raised you. So what you learned to eat, how you learned to take care of yourself, how you learned to get love, right? So for me, it was being really productive and doing well at things. So I always overdid it, right? I always did too much. I wanted to, people pleasing, right? Bedtime, how important sleep was in your family. If your family talked about digestion, did you talk about your poop, right? My family never talked about that. There are some families that do though, right? So, if you grew up in a family that, really paid attention to the body, you are so blessed, right? If you grew up in a family who was more focused on getting stuff done, right? Then your health might be taken out a little bit. And that was my family. We just really focused on getting stuff done, being productive, being good at things, right? I wouldn't say perfectionism, that wasn't our family, but it was definitely about doing well and getting things done, right? That's how I received love. And that, we also have a lot of trauma. If you're alive on this earth, you've been through a lot, and that trauma hangs out in our bodies. And it causes us to make the wrong choices for ourselves, basically. And we need to heal that trauma, right? It's part of the healing process as well, right? And when we can start to let go is when we can really start to heal. So we have our very first day is on mindset. Our very first day is on mindset, and that sets the stage for an incredible program. Program is incredible. So I wanted to share one or two more things about epigenetics, and I'm just going to share some success stories around this. Your health is in your hands. So to heal all of your symptoms, the starting point is exactly the same. And I think that's really important for all of us to know. It's all the same. So not what if I have this condition, or what if I have this condition, or what if I have this disease, or what if I have that disease. The starting point is all the same. Start taking care of yourself better, right? And the reset helps you learn how to do that. It does. All you have to do is show up, right? Just show up. You do have to register though, so that you know where to show up and when to show up. So you need to address what I call the hormone deal breakers. That's number one. And those are the root causes of what are taking you out. So I go over my top 10 in the reset, my top 10 hormone deal breakers. And then we go into some of them in depth. And then the second one is learn how to live your life for hormone balance. And it's a game changer. So I remember maybe some of you have heard of the Zone Diet, right, by Dr. Barry Sears. And it was very similar to a lot of the stuff that I share. And he and his family, all the men died by age 45. They all had a heart attack and died. Can you believe that? Can you believe thinking that I'm going to be dead by the time I'm 45? He was a doctor, right? An MD, and he decided to change the path of his life, to change the path of his health. So he started experimenting with food, mostly with food. And he may still be alive today. He just totally surpassed the age of all of his male relatives just by changing his food, when he ate, what he ate, how he ate, all of that. Really amazing. And so you can do that too, right? You can just totally change your health patterns by the way you take care of yourself. So in the reset day one, if you get the VIP All Access pass, we actually start on Sunday. It's a really special group of ladies. In fact, today, if you sign up by end of day today, ladies, you automatically get the VIP All Access Pass at no extra charge. It's normally $47 extra. So don't delay. We can post the link right now if you want, ladies. I don't have the link for Lizette, you're going to have to maybe come on with me here and post it on Zoom, because I don't have the link for the ladies. So Post the link. We have a special link just for you to get the VIP All Access Pass today if you sign up for the reset. So it's only through the end of day today, and then it goes away. You can still get it. You just have to pay for it. But if you sign up today, then you'll start with us on Sunday, which is incredible because we get to see each other and play together and really set ourselves up for success. And you also get incredible access to my team. So you get to speak to a hormone coach at least twice. So it's really special. And Monday is mindset. Tuesday is food. Each day is incredible. Day 3, I think, is sleep. Day 4 is movement. Day 5 is, I want to say digestion. Day 6 on Monday is nutrients. And then we do a recap. And then day 7 is our party. We have a lot of guests on. So you're going to just rock it out. It's amazing. So let's do some questions right now. And then I'm going to share some testimonials around the reset. Maybe I'll do that first. Yeah, Jolie says, okay, I have to jump off, but I've been wanting to connect with you. Okay, great. Well, hopefully she'll join the reset. Curious, are there certain ages growing up that are more significant in influence to this toddler up to 5 teens, etc.? I'm not really sure about that question. I know that I came into this world with some challenges, and we inherit our parents' organ deficiencies. So liver, kidneys, adrenals, heart, right? We inherit our parents' organ deficiencies. So it makes it challenging. We have to figure that out. And then I know that I almost died when my parents went on a little trip when I was a baby, and my grandparents gave me cow milk in a bottle and it almost killed me. So they had to switch to goat milk, and then I was fine. So it's things like that, right? Like, how do you know? So some of us are way more sensitive. And I think if we're here, we're way more sensitive, right? But the good news is we're the leaders in this. Like, we are the people who know how to take care of ourselves and lead the way, right? Other people see how amazing and vibrant and incredible we are, and they say, oh my gosh, how are you doing that? I want to know too. Because when you share information too soon with other people, right, that they're like, whoa, too much too soon. I'm not ready for that. So it's so good when they ask you, because it opens the door for you to share all this incredible information. All right, so I'm just going to share a couple of testimonials here. I want to, I'll share my screen because I just want to tell you about, well, you can do this with me. Thanks, Lizette, so much for posting that. Okay, great. So good. Yeah, there's this special link. So I'm going to share my screen for just a moment here, and you can see beautiful Chelsea, who is on with us right now on Facebook. She's such an amazing woman. She came into the reset with all of these health issues. So you can see, let's see, let me just open up the chat here. Who is it? Oh yeah, Brooklyn. So Brooklyn, you can see that Chelsea had a lot of symptoms of PCOS here, right? The hirsutism, the inability to lose weight, a lot of different, mood issues, skin tags, those, and heavy painful menstruation and acne during menstruation. Those are all PCOS symptoms. So after she did the reset and she kept it going, right? She kept it going. I think that she's released over 60 pounds now. Less bloating, more energy, less anxiety, beautiful hair, periods are a breeze, right? No more acne during your periods. No more of that dark, coarse hair growth in places where we don't want it. And she just feels at home in her body, right? Like, these are incredible changes. And this woman worked hard. She did the work, and you can see the before and after picture here. Thank you so much, Chelsea, for sharing. Look at this beautiful soul. Oh my goodness, incredible. And this doesn't happen overnight, ladies. This is not a quick fix, right? This takes just paying attention. But the really good news is that when you start feeling better, you are so motivated to keep it going. You're so motivated. You're not going to do anything to mess it up because it's so great. So you can see what Chelsea said about the reset. So good. Yeah. All right. And then we have a couple more here. Sherry, and Sherry just posted, I think, in the sisterhood group yesterday or the day before. She was so tired, joint pain, pre-diabetic, brain fog, felt heavy, insomnia, couldn't lose weight, cardiac issues, severe hot flashes. She scored over 100 on her hormone assessments, and each one of them is a health symptom that you do not want, right? She scored over 100, and she healed most of them, if not all of them. So here's a before and after. Beautiful Sherry. Look at that gorgeous woman. So beautiful. So she released 25 pounds, has lots of energy, clear thinking. She feels so much lighter. She's sleeping so much better. And you can see, you know, I honestly feel better than I have since my son was born. He turns 21 this month. She healed 63 of her symptoms just by doing Robin's Hormone Reset. Isn't that incredible? 63. Amazing. Right. So what do you see that's possible for you? What do you see that's possible for you? So this would be the time where you list your top 3 health goals, right? Your top 3 health goals. So what are your top 3 health, if you could have anything you wanted, because you have this magic wand, you're just thinking, okay, I have a magic wand. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? So post right here. So let's see here. So I'm going to stop my share. And I want to, let me just play this video for you, and then we're going to go right into your questions. All right, let me just pull that up. And I think you're going to find it is absolutely lovely to hear from these ladies, and you'll get to hear directly from Sherry too. Quality of the videos are not that great because they are true, real videos from these ladies' homes, but I think you'll get the gist. It's really incredible. All right, it's just about 4 minutes, and then we'll come back and do your questions.
I felt like I didn't know my body anymore.
The obvious symptom was excessive weight, but I was also just falling asleep every day, just so tired, and my skin was very dry and silly. My hair was falling out.
I was sick and tired of being tired. And I was miserable, completely miserable.
I was completely overwhelmed by life and everything, and I was taking care of everybody else, and I couldn't even possibly take care of myself.
My hormones seemed to be just out of whack. Like half of the month, I was very emotional.
With the hot flashes and the extreme fatigue and cardiac symptoms and, fatty liver and high cholesterol, and I was pre-diabetic.
Indigestion issues, constipation issues, reflux, migraine headaches.
I had rosacea. I had seborrheic dermatitis. I had eczema.
I was like 65 pounds overweight. My skin was a mess. My hair would just fall out in like chunks.
I had gained so much weight because I was so stressed out and not sleeping well or eating as good as I could.
I had acne, and I'm a little too old to have acne, but I had acne.
I started having a knee issue. I have arthritis in the knee.
I had chronic all over body pain.
Painful menstrual cycles, just everything.
Inflammation galore.
I didn't realize how fatigued I was.
I couldn't even get out of bed.
I tried everything, nutritionists, chiropractors, naturopathic doctors, and spent thousands of dollars that I didn't have, trying to figure out why I felt so terrible.
Run some blood work to see if we could see if there was anything going on. And of course, I got a lot of the, oh, well, that's what happens when you get older. Everything looks like you're in range.
And the one doctor said to me, Laura, if you keep saying something's wrong, something's going to be wrong. And I'm like, what's it going to take for you to realize there's something wrong with me?
I don't want to live like this my whole life, just depending on medicine.
But I have to do something.
I had so many things going on. I just needed help.
I came across the ad for the Hormone Reset on Facebook.
And I was like, what the heck? If I can reset my hormones, that's amazing.
And I did that reset, and I can tell you, I played full out.
And it was amazing from like the first day.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm not waking up and having these terrible hot flashes.
I ended up losing 45 pounds.
All that thing that they say is just aging, just wasn't happening anymore.
If you're new to all these problems, this is the solution.
It's not like any other program that I have attempted to be a part of.
It's not a diet, it's not a challenge. It's a way of looking at what's right for me and what's good for me differently.
And what's great about the program is it's cost effective, so anyone can do it.
It's simple, but it's not easy. But it's so worth it.
Once you start feeling good in your body, that's all the motivation you need to move forward. It's just like such a beautiful thing to do for yourself.
I took the chance and I'm so grateful that I did, because, you know, my life changed immensely.
Say yes to yourself.
That's probably one of the biggest things as women we forget, is that we need to do these things for ourselves.
We have to do it now. No one else is going to do it for us.
There's no reason to go through life being so miserable. You can fix it.
Oh my gosh, aren't those ladies absolutely incredible? So incredible. And we have lots of them from the reset, lots of them. That's just those are just a few of the ladies that we've heard from, but so many women have seen absolutely incredible results. In fact, one of the ladies in this beautiful sisterhood group, let me just pull it up, had posted that she had, let me just find it here. We just hear the incredible stories all the time of ladies that we didn't even know even attended, and then they have these incredible results. So let me just tell you, her name is Angie. Incredible. She said, since doing the reset in May 2021 with Robin, I've lost 90 pounds in 2 years. Slow and steady, implementing what we learned from the reset becomes a lifestyle. I'm not on a diet. Robin's reset truly was what changed it for me. I'm balanced, more peaceful, and my periods are regular. I went from 220 pounds to 135 in 2 years, and my weight has been stable. There is always hope, ladies. Never give up. Love and light to you. Isn't that so beautiful? It's just so beautiful. I mean, you know, I think what's really important to remember is that weight loss is a side benefit of getting healthy. So you have to get healthy to lose weight. So what that does is it takes away all of the pressure from having to lose weight, because so many of us are told just lose weight and all of your symptoms will go away. And you're like, well, if I could have, I would have. And we leave very angry, right? Like it's an insult. It's such a huge insult. And it just helps to keep us stuck. So stop focusing on your weight, right? And instead focus on how to take care of yourself. And as you start to heal and your energy starts to come back, the weight naturally comes off. I mean, we hear this story over and over and over and over again. And that's what happened for me, right? And for my whole team. So it's really incredible. All right, so let me pull up now let me just see if I can find some of your questions. And if you have questions and you're on with me, please definitely ask them. And maybe Lizette, you can put some questions over here too. Yeah, thanks so much for posting on Facebook, Chelsea. Oh my goodness, so lovely, so lovely. You're so encouraging to other ladies too. Yeah. All right. So just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. And what did you post for your health goals? I want to see what you posted. Did you post goals? Deanna says weight loss, 60 pounds plus. Yeah. More energy, solid sleep. I also realized hair loss and pre-diabetes, inflammation, chronic pain. So all of that, like women do the reset, and by the end of the 9 days, they're pain-free. Crazy, right? Like you would never imagine that, but you totally can be pain-free in a really short period of time. It might take you longer, but if you embrace all the things I say, it's quite possible you could be pain-free by the end of 9 days. Unbelievable, right? Amazing. Laura says, release weight, feel more balanced, happy in my own skin. So I love that you said the word release, because we don't want to lose weight, because we tend to want to find what we lose. So we don't want to find it again. I certainly found my weight for a lot of years, over and over and over again. Not anymore. But a better thing, instead of focusing on releasing weight, would just be a healthy body composition, right? Healthy body composition. So we want to phrase things in ways that we can get them. So Laura, it would be healthy body composition. Just, feel more balanced, happier moods, or more balanced moods. That would be so great. So great. And so if you're suffering from hair loss, then one of your goals would be beautiful hair, right? If you're suffering from, irritability, anger, grumpiness, depression, then, your goal would be balanced moods. If you're suffering from pain, your goal would be pain-free. Hope that helps. Yeah. So good. Okay. So some questions. Katie Ball asks, I'm 39 and suffer terribly with adult hormonal acne, chin and jawline. I don't want to go back on the contraceptive pill. So smart, Katie, because it totally stops your own hormone production. Do not use the pill for health challenges, because it stops your own hormone production. And then it can take a really long time for your hormones to come back. And not only that, oh my goodness, it does all sorts of weird things, like changes your sense of smell, if you can believe it. And many women, women choose their mates based on smell. So if the hormonal birth control pill, right, is changing your sense of smell, it's very likely that you're going to choose the wrong person because your smell is off. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's one of the weird things that the pill does, aside from stopping all of our own hormones. So a menstrual cycle, when you're on birth control pill, is just a pill bleed. It's not even a real menstrual cycle. So these are really important things to know. So I just suggest, Katie, that you jump in and do the reset. I think you're going to see a lot of nice shifts with the acne. Ifoma, Victor, how do I become free from high prolactin levels that's delaying conception? So I'm assuming, obviously you've done a lot of testing, you're working with doctors, you've figured a few things out. You have to get control of 2 hormones if you want to start a family. And in the reset is where I teach all about how to do that. And I share with you which hormones we have to start paying attention to, and those hormone deal breakers that are causing the high prolactin levels. So join the reset, right? I think it'll be so great for you. And we have so many babies from our communities, so many beautiful babies, and you can also have a beautiful baby. But it's just like weight loss, right? You have to get healthy to become pregnant and have a healthy pregnancy and have a healthy baby. So let's get you there. So good. All right, big kisses for Ifioma, Victor. And we want to give a kiss to Katie. We want to get your beautiful skin back. Yes, I can totally relate. My skin was a mess forever. Karen says, I've always struggled with fertility and miscarriage. Also have stage 4 endometriosis and up and down moods with particularly bad focus and brain fog and chronic fatigue nowadays, clumsiness, etc. How can I improve these things? Yeah, so join Robin's Hormone Reset and we'll get you all fixed up. So the miscarriage piece, yeah, we definitely want to talk about that, because once you get pregnant, we want to help you keep the baby. And sometimes it just takes a little shift in what you're doing to do that. So let's get you healthy and balanced, and then you can try again. So good. All right, big kisses for Karen. Can see how much we struggle with. Isn't it crazy? Brenda says, what is the best way to get cortisol and insulin tested? I know it can be difficult to get a medical doctor to test insulin. Is a saliva test recommended for cortisol? Yeah, so sounds like you may have done the reset before, and we always test fasting insulin on our blood work. So you just have to ask for it. You might have to pay for it yourself. Cortisol is in a rhythm, right? That's your daytime hormone. So that you would need to do you can do a saliva test for that. You can also do a urine test for that, but you want the 4 different points of the day because you want to see what your cortisol rhythm is. So hopefully that helps a little bit. And maybe you're someone, if you've done the reset, maybe you can join our Heal Your Hormones program and just get some of this testing done. So it's pretty amazing. It's that great objective information that we just don't know otherwise, right? All right, big kisses for Brenda. Mwah. Swaron says, I have an embarrassing issue ever since I started perimenopause. I've had issues of bladder, overactive bladder. Yep, I did see a specialist 2 years back and was diagnosed with overactive bladder leakage. I will try Kegels, but hormonally, is there anything I can do? Yes, there is. And there is a lot that plays into that. So I just, be curious about learning more, but definitely do the reset because that's your foundation. And then from there, if you still want more, right, then we'll show you how you can, become a private client if you want to do testing and all that sort of stuff. But you've got to have the foundation of Robin's Hormone Reset before we can do any more work with you. But you can totally heal this, by the way. You can totally heal this. You can totally heal leakage. And I think this is a really important thing for women to know is that almost 100% of women, we can heal leakage, right? You've got to know that so that you can do it. You just have to get that area hormonally balanced down there. And we talk about that on one of our days during the reset. So I hope to see you in there. Big kisses for Swaron. Mwah. All right, Shannon, I'm 52, soon to be 53. You're so young, sister. Postmenopausal issues are driving me crazy. Trouble falling asleep and exhausted. Chin and neck, dark, coarse hair. So hirsutism. Unable to shed weight in session. Last, but certainly not least, no sex drive. So, I talk about the hibernating bear during the reset. And, our metabolism gets broken. And so we have to fix our metabolism. And that's exactly what's going on for you here. You've become insulin resistant. That's why you're putting weight around the midsection. And that's what's driving that hirsutism, that dark, coarse hair growth on your chin and neck. Yeah, so we just need to get you more balanced. And sleep is one of those things that really improves for women during the reset. So I hope to see you there. Big kisses for Shannon. Mwah. All right, Janie, the before and after stories and photos that you shared just after the video on Wednesday's reset, last Wednesday's call, were those after improvement reports and pictures? Oh, so that's a great question. So the case studies that I shared, some of the things resolved in a very short period of time. And, of course, releasing 90 pounds, that woman shared that it took 2 years. For Chelsea, that took, at least a year for her to release those 45 pounds. But what's so nice is that you start, the weight starts coming off and you get more encouraged and you start feeling better. And then it just keeps going. So it's a very different mindset than a diet, right? Where you're like, okay, I'm just going to do this for a couple of weeks. I'm going to lose 5 pounds and then I can go back to how I was eating and taking care of myself. And then, of course, the weight eventually comes back on and then you're mad again. And then you lose the weight again. And it's just this vicious cycle. So this is a program where it's not a vicious cycle. And you just do what I suggest. And life gets a whole lot better. And you can bring your beautiful gifts to the world because you have the energy, the vibrancy, the motivation, the excitement, that all comes back, even the sex drive. So, so good. Thank you for asking that, Janie. A lot of things improve in a short period of time if you show up and take action. And then some of the things just keep going, right? Keep getting better. So big kisses for Janie. Mwah! So good. So Janie says, you said that in the reset, you do a symptom check every day for the hormone that you're discussing that day. And then you do a comprehensive symptom check at the end of the reset to see how things have changed. We're going to have to bring you onto the team. You really listened. You've got this down. Did you also say that you do an initial baseline before you start implementing the reset changes? And I just missed hearing it. So we actually don't do an initial baseline except for whatever hormones that we're doing at the beginning. So because we do a hormone every single day, what you'll see when you do the assessment, the hormone assessment each day, is you'll notice that if something improved or not. So you could say to yourself, well, 3 days ago that was an issue, but now it's improved. So you could do your own before and after. We used to do the complete hormone assessment. We used to do all the hormones before we started, and then we did it all at the end, but that's when the reset was way longer. So now we're doing a hormone each day, and it just works a lot better that way, but you'll get a really good sense of things that have improved and things that you're still struggling with. Yeah, so good. All right, another kiss for Janie. Mwah. Boots says, I'd love to know how to lower my cortisol. So my question for you is, how do you know that your cortisol is elevated? I'd love to hear back from you on that. My NP has been doing all of these tests and helping me through food and supplements. Everything is going in the right direction. So my cortisol is going higher and higher. Yeah, so again, a blood test is not very helpful for that, because when you go to get your blood work done, I test 7:30 a.m. Everybody, yeah. So it's just one time during the day that you're testing for your cortisol. And what you'll learn in the reset is that stress raises cortisol, right? And so when you go to get your blood work done, it's a very stressful event. There's somebody in a white coat coming at you with a big long needle, and that can raise cortisol all by itself. So blood work is not helpful for cortisol. Do measure cortisol a different way. All right, kisses for Boots. Mwah. Maria, I've had a visible mass on my thyroid for 9 years, and I discovered a mass in my abdomen 2 years ago, which I found out is most likely uterine fibroids. I have a couple other signs of estrogen dominance as well. I'm also trying to detox and cleanse from parasites. I kind of feel like I'm drowning in information. I can tell because you kind of know too much without a plan. Yeah, just do the reset. Just give yourself a reset and stop the detox and cleanse for right now, and just come join us in the reset. And then you can maybe decide, if you want to join our private program or not, to maybe figure some of these deeper things out for you. But definitely join the reset, and you're going to just get a nice reset. It'll be so good for you. And you'll also learn kind of what's taking your estrogen out. Estrogen dominance is not that estrogen is too high. Estrogen could be too high, but it's more that you don't have enough progesterone to balance out your estrogen. So there's something called the progesterone to estrogen ratio, and they need to be in balance with each other. So when estrogen becomes too high for a lot of different reasons, which we go over in the reset, why estrogen gets out of whack, right? Why estrogen dominance happens, you'll learn all about that. Then you can contain it and get it back into balance. We don't want to give estrogen a bad rap because we need it. But it just, because of the way that we're living our lives and because of things that are going on in our bodies, estrogen becomes too high compared to progesterone. Hope this makes sense. Okay, big kisses for Amaria. Mwah. Kara says, I'd love to know how to stop feeling bloated all the time. Boy, I hear you. I'm irregular now with my cycle. I never was before, and it seems my tummy stays bloated. Yeah, so bloating can come from a lot of different things. It can come from low stomach acid. It can come from poor liver function. It can come from allergies, just being reactive to things, not chewing your food well. Low thyroid function, right? There are just so many things that it can come from. So definitely join the reset. Let's get you reset. Let's kind of get you on a better path, and then you can see what's left. A lot of women, during the reset really improve the bloated situation. So I think you can too. Sending you lots of love, Kara. Mwah. Gloria says, I'm 5'3" and weigh 132. I had a hysterectomy at 27. I took Premen for 14 years, stopped cold turkey. Good for you. I'm not sure. Awful advice, stopping cold turkey, maybe. Needless to say, fast forward to today, I'm 52 and miserable. Insomnia, exhausted, coarse chin hair, bloating, super labial dry. Yes, join the reset. We'll get this all fixed. Or at least we'll give it a great start. You'll have such a better understanding of what's going on. And here's the deal. You know, if you're postmenopausal, whether you had your uterus removed or your period just stopped and now you're in menopause, you know, most of us who are there have, you know, this many hormones, right? We have very low progesterone, very low estrogen, and you can still feel well with that. You can still feel well. You can feel great. So you don't have to go the bioidentical hormone replacement path if you can get your other hormones on board. And that's what the reset does. The reset really gets your other hormones on board so that, you know, you can make enough of your own hormones to feel well. So thank you so much for posting that, Gloria, because I know a lot of us, you know, postmenopause are feeling that way. So good. Big kisses for you. But I'm so glad that you got off Premarin because that's not safe. Danya says, my sister suffers from extreme facial hair. What can be done about it? She can join the reset. So what happens is the facial hair actually is from a pathway. So she is metabolizing her androgens, her male hormones, down what's called the DHT or 5-alpha reductase pathway. Which causes that dark, coarse hair growth, right, on places on the body where we don't want it. It's called hirsutism. And then it also causes hair loss, and it also causes acne. So all three of those things. And it's because of two hormones that you're going to learn about in the reset. So she needs to join the reset. So many women have completely stopped that dark, coarse terminal hair growth. Completely, and they no longer have to shave or wax or laser. So it's really amazing. So have her join the reset. All right, big kisses for Danya. Mwah. Oh, Julie says, I purchased the program, but I don't know how to access it. And I don't have an email with a link. Okay, so let's make sure that we follow up with Julie. I think maybe we already have. My question, it's years since I had a decent night's sleep. Any advice? So the program's going to help so much. So we actually have a whole section on sleep. So it'll be so good for you because sleep, oh my gosh, sleep is truly the magic elixir that makes everything better. And you're going to learn why that is. It's so incredibly important. So important. All right, let's give Julie a big kiss. Mwah. So we'll just do a couple more questions here. So, you know, when in doubt, join the reset because it's gonna help you so much. You'll just have such a better understanding of what's going on and why these symptoms are happening. It's so great. Jess, I was thinking about this. I go months without a period and I feel like my emotions are always all over the place. Yeah, I'm so glad that you are thinking about this because if your period is not regular, then something is wrong. So you want to do something about it. So join the reset, Jess, and we'll see you there. We're going to get you all set up so that you have more balanced emotions and your period comes more regularly. Let's give Jess a big kiss. Mwah. Lisa, one more thing. I can't even focus on me in menopause right now. Too much worry for my daughter. Oh, yeah. So she's really worried about her daughter. And would say, Lisa, is that this sounds like a crisis. So sometimes a crisis is really best when you work with an MD, right? If there's a crisis. If you feel that you both could join the reset, I think it'll give her so much hope. But, you know, if we're in a medical crisis, we need to go to the doctor, right? We need to go to the doctor. So I know that you're working with an ND. So it doesn't really matter like what's going on in the body. You have to have these foundational health, foundational practices in place for your body to heal. But if you're in a medical crisis, go see a doctor. Yeah. All right, so let's send Lisa and her beautiful daughter lots of love right now. So much love. And a big kiss. Big kiss for you. Okay, so post right here if you've signed up for the reset. If you're all registered, I want to know if you signed up. So much fun. It's actually just a love fest in there. And we start in less than 2 weeks, 11 days, just 11 days. Any other questions that I missed? Just want to make sure I'm ready to start a new mindset. Yes, Deanna, I'm ready to help you do that. And you know, it takes conscientiousness. It's not that you learn something and then life is just better. It's that you learn something and then you take action on it. And that's where the magic happens. But what I love about the reset is that we have a saying, small changes over time equal big results. Because in the past, you know, we're like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to lose the weight and then everything will be fine. And we want a quick fix, right? We want it to happen right now. And the problem with that is that it's a lot all at once, and then you end up failing, right? And we've done that over and over and over again. What's so beautiful about this program is that all you have to do is just implement 1 or 2 things I say each day. And just by doing that, you're going to see such nice, incredible changes. And you're going to be so supported, be so held, because all of us there want to see you succeed. And I know for myself and, you know, for many other women in our communities, we don't have that belief that we can actually heal because we've never done it before. So you can hold on to my belief that you can heal because I've seen it over and over and over and over again. And I've actually done it myself, all by myself. So I know it can happen for you too. All right, ladies. I don't see any of you who said that I've signed up. Yeah. Oh, Kirsten. Yeah, I totally recognize your name. You've taken it before. So great. I'd love for you to join the VIPs. So definitely do that. But once you're in, you're in. And Janine asked, how do I sign up for the reset and what is the cost? So hopefully we've answered you already. And Anna says, for birth control, what are healthy choices instead of pills? Oh my gosh, there's so many healthy choices. My husband, who I call my hot, sexy lover, and I'll explain that in the reset too. He and I used condoms for years because I tried the birth control pill and I blew up like a balloon. So I think it was only like for 3 months. And this was years and years ago when it wasn't so good. And then we use the diaphragm a little bit, but it's not a fan of even IUDs or anything that you have to stick in your body permanently or anything that alters your hormones. Like I just don't do drugs. So yeah, there are all sorts of ways. And you can also do the fertility awareness method, which is just knowing, right, what's happening with your cycle. So the DAISY is great. Can't remember how it's spelled. It's spelled a little bit differently, like DASEY, something like that. But just look up the fertility awareness method. It's so good. All right, ladies, you are amazing. Way to go for being here today. And I look forward to supporting you in the reset. We're going to have so much fun. Get yourself a beautiful magic wand. And I'm just sending you so much love. Mwah. Bye for now.